best.
Nothing but the best
All
production.
right, you guys are in for a special treat today. We have
Jason,
3 of the
Skylar.
middlemen that have come to visit. We had an adventure today. Hey, let me know in the chat. Give me 7s if the audio is clean.
Can you hear us well?
Yeah, you guys count off.
Yeah.
Sing happy birthday. Or
Happy
something.
birthday
to you. Luke's the only one that can sing super good, so.
Mike, test
And
1,
Skylar.
2.
And we'll have to probably adjust this up. Yeah, we got the.
Audio exists, but not ideal. You guys
Not
still
ideal.
good borrow?
In which way is it not ideal?
Yeah, what way?
They can hear you guys. Go ahead.
You guys
Yes.
count to 10.
Count to 1, 2,
You
3,
guys speak
4.
loud.
He's the
1,
quietest
2,
one.
3, 4. Can you hear me okay?
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
All right, looks like it's gonna work.
Get closer to your
Sevens
phones.
in the chat.
Speak louder.
That's right. Louder than
Are they saying louder for them?
No, a little tinny, but I think
It's a little quiet,
They're
they
saying
said.
too quiet.
Okay, I think this would be a better way. Stand by. We'll get going.
Stand.
We're gonna take this out.
Too much background noise.
Yeah,
Kinda knew that.
that's what I was afraid of.
I said Luke is good. Luke's got the line.
Loose.
All, so just keep talking, right? Make everyone happy.
You guys just pass that around there.
Oh, me? Man. First time out here in Washington. It's everything's a lot taller than I expected.
Even
So-
him. Oh,
Even
even
this
over
guy,
10,
yeah.
huh?
First time seeing mountains.
First time.
Make sure you pass the microphone.
Absolutely.
Blowing his mind.
I'm ready. We're good.
How's
okay.
this mic working, guys? Can we get 7s in the chat if this mic is working a lot better?
That should be working. We'll have to pass it around. I've got one on me, but if the guys can pass around, it should be pretty clean.
People are saying Mike works good.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, it should be.
Everything's good. Go for it, guys.
Well, it's Friday, and last night we have six of you guys showed up for our kind of a trial run of what we'd like to do here, which is going to be having a place where people could come and we can share and learn skills and stuff. Myself as well, and we've had a good time. You guys want to talk about what we did today?
Oh my gosh. We went on like the most insane moto ride ever. I'm from the East Coast, so I'm not used to this. It's pretty amazing. And but yeah, Luke, what do you think? You're a West Coast guy.
Went on a great ride. Everyone's a lot better than me on a bike. That's bad. I want to hear this story how you got here.
Oh, me?
This is the good story, right?
Oh, man.
Hold that right up there.
Absolutely, yeah.
So first off, can you say where you're from?
Certainly, yeah. I'm from Ohio,
And what's the furthest west you've been in your whole life?
Illinois. Yes.
So mountains are not something you're used to seeing?
That's right. It was quite an experience.
So
My goodness.
we went up to, 5,500 feet today
Yes.
on a 12,000 foot mountain. How was that?
Oh, amazing. I took probably 2,000 pictures. I couldn't believe it. My goodness. It was great.
So we started off our day, I wasn't really sure. You guys know every morning that the war band, we get in the stream and jump in. This morning it was interesting to see everyone showed up, including Jack.
Yes.
How was it cold water? Cold enough?
Oh, very cold. Breathtakingly cold. My goodness. Dude, that was great.
It was much worse at first than I thought it was going to be,
Yeah,
and it was much easier than I thought it was going to be after a couple minutes.
Yes.
If you can go 2 minutes, I feel like you can go a half hour.
Yeah.
But I haven't tried a half hour.
I think I just totally made it so bad in my mind that it was not so bad.
Any comments?
So it was pretty awesome. I had a
It's,
blast. What do you think?
It's way worse than you guys think it is. Watching it on this stream, Cody makes it look easy.
Yeah.
Really easy.
It's not easy. You know, it took me 6 months to get the courage to get in there.
Yeah, it was bad. It was bad.
We might try to film some newbies getting in there. I don't know. I think we should.
They're
It
coming
puts it
in.
into perspective. There's no way to
People
tell.
want you.
There's no way to tell how difficult it is. We have a middleman in the background as well.
People want to know where Handy Mike is.
Handy Mike is right there.
Right behind us.
Yeah.
They want to know who you each are. If you could introduce yourself.
So I'm
Overton Windex.
Overlord Windex. All right. What was it? The Minister of Truth and Free Speech. You're all banned.
The band hammer.
The band hammer.
Yep. We got.
We got Survival Sky here. It's my handle on YouTube.
Yeah. So the middlemen were kind of founded early on. He came in. He helped a lot with some of the clips. Virtually all of the clips that you saw uploaded in the beginning, they were his work. Spending 45 minutes, an hour, and and me as well, we both did it for redundancy. After every stream, we picked out start, end time dates, and those were those clips.
Yeah.
Suggested titles, you even used a few of them.
Even suggested titles. And I guess to back it up a little bit, when we first started doing the stream, I was trying to run itself, and and I've never met you guys before, but you've been in the chat for a long time, and you can kind of learn a lot about someone just from the way they comment and that you have in common. And you guys kind of started putting it in my brain, hey, let's put together a group of guys that can moderate and that can help out and free up some of your time. And that's really how the whole thing began. And I'll tell you, behind the scenes, these guys work tirelessly. They're doing all sorts of things. They're moderating. It wouldn't be possible for us to even do the stream without them. All of the super chats that I read, everything, those guys are taking their own time and funneling those to me. And that's why when we're hoping in a year and a half or so be able to have our first classes here. This was kind of a trial run for that. We wanted to have these guys come out and just to see what it was like, and just as a thank you as well for all of the work that you guys been doing.
Well, you just like my name. That's the only reason I'm here.
Yeah.
Well, when I heard your name, I knew that you were a very smart individual, and right up my alley of moving the Overton Windex.
Just play one on TV.
Yeah, exactly.
Who are you?
I'm just Jason Barr, so I go by my name. So I'm easy to find.
Old reliable Jason Barr in the chats.
So they're wondering why you aren't barefoot.
Ah.
Yeah, not quite to that level. I was far too grounded for far too long. I need some more charge.
I think it'll take at least 2 trips. It'll take at least 2 trips to get totally indoctrinated into the Wranglerstar. Where you take your boots off.
Let's see. I think we have introduce themselves. Oh, she read that. Okay.
Very good.
So I would like you, if you could share your story, and do we have a photo that someone could send me of the of the skittle?
Yes,
Tell us
skittle
what did you do to get here, because it was a Herculean effort.
Yeah. So I knew I had to come over here to Washington at a certain date and time. Had to finish up a few jobs. I built decks for a living. Had to finish up a few jobs before I came out. Ended up having like 24 hours. And drove 37 hours. I think I slept 4 hours of those 37 hours. I got to sleep, and then I just kept going and going and going, and finally made it here. My goodness. I don't think I'll ever do that again.
Now there was one of us that didn't quite make it into the river's dip this morning. Who was that? I forget.
Me.
Oh yeah, that's right. That was you. What happened with that?
Yeah, I was so tired. Man, I forgot to plug in my phone. Alarms didn't go off. I woke up. We were supposed to be down here at 7:30. I woke up at 8:30 in a panic. But after I came over here, we got on dirt bikes, went up to the mountain, and we found. Don't show that. We found a nice river, and Cody and I jumped in. Oh, no.
Okay. So sorry, Scott.
Not that one.
So this is what arrived right here. That is a Subaru.
Hold on. What are we looking at? We're oh, my bad. My bad.
Sorry.
Okay. There we go.
There may have been some alterations done, Photoshop there, but that's actually the way it looked. But he built that in 24 hours out of plywood and landscape fabric.
That's right. Poor man's fiberglass.
And pulled it with Subaru. So how was it coming over those big mountains with the first little Subaru?
Red line RPM the entire time. 80 miles an hour the entire way, 37 hours. It may die on the way home. I don't know. I don't know if I'll make it home. So
I hope you're running AMSOIL in that transmission. Are you doing
we may
the
have
cheap
to do
stuff?
an oil change. Yeah. I'm doing Valvoline right now.
All right. Let's get some super chats. We need you guys to make the content for us. We are amateurs.
Yes.
We are.
Yes.
What do you
Boy,
want to know?
The pressure's
why were
off
you,
me here.
Why
I'll
were
just
you
sit here and
Yeah. Why were you banned? Here's your time. Let's hear the grievances.
A band hammer.
I have nothing to do with that. Overton, he's in charge of that. So if you want to come back, then you need to go through him. He is the gatekeeper.
I don't care. Just make a new account.
Yep.
You can try to email. We'll forget about it, honestly.
I had a guy for a while that kept making an account over and over. And he just kept making an account over and over, and we just kept banning him.
Wow.
It's a lot less work for you to ban him than for him to create an account
Right.
each time, right?
Right.
And it's a lot more work to try to get 5 minutes of your time to unban someone
Yeah.
than for you guys
So
just
just make a new account.
We're human beings. If we ban you, it's okay. I promise you will survive.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's plenty of channels on YouTube, right?
If you want to
Did
chat
you
around.
guys off-road when you dirt bike or just cruise on the roads?
Well, there's a couple different. We ride kind of two different styles here. I even have two different gearing and wheel sets. So we did mostly double track today, dirt and gravel, but high elevation. We got up high and went up the highest roads we can up on Fuji.
Yeah.
It was pretty easy riding overall.
Yeah.
I'm not that. I just got a bike. It's
Overton
nothing
got-
too
Tell
exciting.
them about your bike, though. What kind of
Overton
bike
got
you
some air on that one jump. On that one.
I got air for the first time. I did a jump for the first time on accident.
I was jumping every single one on purpose, and it was great.
I'm told that if I'm going to do jump, it needs to be on purpose.
On purpose.
Yes.
Hey, can you talk a little bit about the training course that you were going online with this kind of like the belt system? I thought that was really clever.
So something that was extremely helpful. I was basically starting from scratch, learning how to ride, especially dual sport. So I found a lot of the other guys in the backroom groups, right? The Big Fizz and the Fizz Factory, Cincinnati Dan. The Fizz Factory. We need Cody to say it.
The Fizz Factory.
There we go,
Yes, yep.
Cincinnati Dan. A lot of them guys had a lot of good advice, way too much good advice. I needed it concise, right? But I think it was Brandon put me on to Moto Jitsu, the YouTube channel, and his belt system. It's kind of like jiu-jitsu, right? Except he skips purple belt, and that annoys me a little bit, but that's okay. It's just really simple maneuvers in the parking lot of the church I did, and you get decent, you move up through the belt system, self accountability there, and it helped a lot. And then I moved on to doing all of them on gravel roads, and that helped way more. So I'm at the point now where I can basically stay on the bike in most situations, and that's good. Now from here, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's just experience and seat time now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But it's really good, that belt system, for people who are starting from scratch, because there's a huge mountain and that gives you step-by-step way through it. I think Cody needs to make his own off-road.
I'm
belt system.
I'm not qualified for that. But I'll tell you, if you haven't done dual sport and riding a motorcycle, I mean, it really is an art, something that you can never really perfect. Just you're on a machine that's got 30, 40, 50 horsepower on uneven ground. Trying to kill you the whole time. Just every nuance, a balance, a shift of weight, a grip, all of these things, the decisions that have to be made in a guy's mind, just every second of making decisions is astronomical. It's a total body workout for sure.
This is probably, as someone experienced, so far beyond your consideration.
Oh yeah.
But there are so many little things when you're starting. Squeezing the bike with your legs, I had no idea.
Yeah.
No idea. Like, who would think of that intuitively? Don't hold onto the handlebars, right? No death grip, that should be loosey-goosey. Who knows, even being smooth with the throttle, but that's all in the Moto Jitsu stuff.
Shifting,
True. Yeah.
shifting balance, clutching. Yeah, it's the whole package. It's very difficult. It's something you'd never perfect.
Yeah. That's, yeah.
All right, we got one. Sure.
Sure. And if you ever come up and ride with Cody, try and keep up. You got to bring your A game. This guy is a rocket. He's a rocket. Hard to keep up with this
Thank
guy.
you. For an old person, I'm what would I call it? Adequate.
He moves.
About adequate.
For a boomer. Just joking.
I think it's time for an EDC pocket dump.
We got
We have
is-
a
God.
request first.
we got one more. What's
Oh
that?
gosh.
You have a super chat before that.
A super
Yeah,
chat.
Liberty Bell Media, $20.
Liberty Bell Media,
Oh.
shout out to you. Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much. Very, very generous of you. Thank you for coming and hanging out with us.
I mean, you didn't give us much content to fill some space, but
Throw
he
us a-
says,
throw us a bone here.
I learn a lot here.
we all
there you
learn
go.
a lot here. We sure appreciate that. Thank you, brother.
And then a Mr. Thank You Jeeves, member for 2 months. It says, EDC for the guys. What's in them pockets?
Oh boy.
I'll be right back.
So yeah, let's go load up your pockets.
Got me slacking.
So this was a interesting consideration when I got here. I'm never not carrying. Guess maybe I got to use the FUPA, my FUPA. I got one as well.
Is it within reach?
Go get it.
I mean, I got a lot of firepower within reach here. I guess.
Well, I'll start off.
Well,
Well,
what can you show on?
there, I can't show you everything, but I can show you some things. So I've, like Mr. Overton was carrying this as well on your motorcycle. I carry this in the summertime because we're in the water and I just can't deal with holsters, and you know how it is when you wear skinny jeans. So, but I can tell you what I carry. It's pretty much the same thing. I carry a Surefire backup MV. I carry a Leatherman Wave. Starting to look like nothing fancy here, right? I wear Victorinox Classic. I like this because it's got the tweezers. I'm always pulling slivers out, working with Douglas fir. I really like that knife. This is so small, you can put it in any pocket. It really doesn't weigh you down. 940.
940.
940 Benchmade, 940 Osborne.
Good man.
My Fair City, and my wallet. That's basically what I carry.
Nice.
Yeah, wallet right now. Spyderco PM2.
Excellent.
Figured I better go with the black
Excellent.
blade.
Good choice.
And I usually got my Surefire light on me, but we just got off the motorcycles and I lost one. I carry it right in my hammer clip. It's real nice.
I will say that you did have that when you arrived last night.
Yeah.
Yep. Did you lose one today?
Try to take it off. I did not. It's just in there.
Okay, it's in the FUPA.
But what I was saying was one really interesting consideration moving between state lines. I'm really disappointed in the concealed carry system we got here. I just can't carry here. I'm way more fearful. My concern is not the thugs,
Yeah,
right?
they're getting jammed up with the law.
Getting jammed up with the law, getting
The,
a felony on a vacation. You know?
Low-case thugs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just rather not get in trouble. It's a hard decision, but
I make the same decision when I travel. I mean,
Right.
unless you have the Utah and you really understand what's going on, there's so much to risk. It's just almost not worth it.
Oh, it's not. No.
right. I battled that ticket once. I don't want to do it again.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I know people that don't travel anymore for that very reason, that they don't
Yes.
want it. They're not comfortable with it.
Some places, even if you're covered, it's a pain. I had one situation where I just didn't give the officer, sir, my concealed carry early enough. State law stated notify him immediately, and the second he walked up to me, I had my driver's license and concealed carry in hand. I thought that was it, and he goes, "Well, you only need that if you are actually carrying." I'm like, yeah, I'm actually carrying. It's like, why didn't you tell me before?
Oh,
He
really?
was talking to the other involved party.
Wow.
I was just there. I just literally broke up a fight. But yeah, I guess that wasn't early enough from them. They want you, as they're stepping out of the car, standing up past their roof, to just scream at them, "I've got a gun!"
I got a gun.
That's what they want, apparently. Otherwise, they'll make you spend $5,000 in court.
It would be very
$5,000
nice
in
to
court.
have a national carry with reciprocity.
Yeah, we need to
That
work
it
on
would.
Constitutional carry.
Constitutional carry, like our friends in Ohio. Huh?
That's
Biden's
right.
almost got
That's
it
right.
done. You want a hot take?
Right.
What does our friend from a few years ago do? He signs away with a stroke of pen a bunch of your rights. What does the current one say he's going to do? But what actually happened? We got 31. Someone fact check me. 31 states with constitutional carry now because of him.
Yes.
That's a win. How do you know who to vote for?
Yeah. Yeah. It's hard to know.
EDC.
Oh, well, today, Microtech Stitch, made in North Carolina, East Coast knife.
These North Carolina boys, they do know about knives. I will give them. That's why you have,
have-
official West Coast status.
Yeah,
That's 'cause they skin their dinner every night.
yeah. So we go out and catch our dinner every night.
Can you skin
You
a
know,
possum with that?
We can. Yeah. It's really that end is really good for possums.
In 34 seconds. You should
Yeah.
stop by the Airbnb later.
Yeah. So
Having something good to eat.
another thing I carry, I don't have my full EDC with me on this trip, of course, but another thing I carry is my wallet. A buddy of mine bought this for me probably 10 years ago, and it's made by Saddleback Leather. So pretty awesome. A really awesome company, made in Old Mexico.
I like
So-
that. It's real thin.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. It's held up really good.
It's got a
It's
nice
like-
patina on
I
it.
have tried to switch wallets, and I just can't do it. So I like a nice
Stick
traditional leather wallet.
with what you know.
What you got?
All right, we got some more super chats.
We've got a super chat from Daniel. Welcome, Daniel. Thank you. We sure appreciate that. And he's asking, what's the best dual sport for an absolute beginner?
Obviously the Honda XR650L.
Yeah, I would say that would be on my top two if you're a big guy.
Right.
If you're a big person and you've got long legs, 34-inch inseam, 36 or so, like Overton here, he's big. He's a lot bigger than I am, even taller than I am, and he doesn't look oversized on that bike.
I feel perfect on it. I don't quite know yet what everyone's talking about when they say the light bikes are really fun to whip around. Never been on one. I'm sure I'll figure out here soon, or maybe I don't want to. Maybe I don't want to learn.
It's a pretty good choice there. I would say if you're a larger guy, you cannot go wrong with that XR 650L. They've been making them since what, 1992. It's a carbureted bike. It's very simple. The aftermarket for it is just incredible. Anything you could possibly want. And it's a Honda, which is the byword for reliability. And you'll never lose money on those things. If you go buy a brand new one, if you take care of it, you'll sell it for that or more in 10 years. It wouldn't surprise me at all.
I think at the time I found a 2009 for sale for roughly $500 less than the brand new 2022.
Yeah, that's what you're going to see. I mean, maybe $1,000, maybe a $1,500 difference between a brand new one, but a brand new one's still, what, $7,000, which I think that's a lot of bike for the money. A second choice, if you want to do something that's more, if you're going to be a true 50-50 where you're going to be on asphalt and gravel, I like those little, the 250Ls or the 300L, like Mrs. W we got for her. Not something that's going to be a real trail bike. What it is, essentially, it's a street bike engine in an off-road chassis. And it just is a really nice little bike. They're very affordable. I've seen them on Facebook Marketplace for as low as $4,000.
Wow.
And the type of guy that buys those usually is not going to beat on them. They're usually older guys, or they get them for they're good value.
Battle Chemist has it.
He has one, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's a great, I really like that bike a lot. Now, if you want to have something that's dual sport and you want to do more off-road, maybe even doing some single track, it's hard to beat the KTMs.
Yes.
KTMs and the Huskies.
Oh, man. 300.
My son Jack has got the 350, which is a very nice little bike. You can get them dual sported, they're ready to plate, 50 state. If you want something a little bit bigger, you can step up into the 500, but really for most guys, the 350 would be a great starter bike.
And I'm sorry, thank you, Jeeves. OG Casio Mudmaster, master of G Series.
Oh, the watch.
Yes.
You don't wear a watch?
I don't. No, it always gets in the way.
I am the worst watch guy.
You have an Apple Watch.
He's got a wrist computer.
A wrist computer.
I still see this question
Seiko
almost every
Tuna.
day.
This one?
Yes.
Seiko Tuna.
Do you have one on your ankle?
I do.
Of
yeah.
course.
But that's just for her. Yeah. We have a super chat from our friend Mr. Rick Gates. Thank you, brother. He's been a member with us for 3 years, $19. I sure do appreciate it. Thanks for hanging out with us. And Jezza, 4,300. Gentlemen, I had my dog put down today. A heavy but beautiful moment shared with my teenage son in the comfort of our home. 07's the chat of Norman. He was a good boy. Have a great weekend. I'm sorry about that. Those of us who have dogs and pets, they truly do become family.
Yeah.
I know our dog Lucy, she's 11 now, and Mrs. W has always been a runner, and she's just about running the legs off of that dog, and she's getting to the point now where she can't run anymore, and we have to take her out for walks. And I know that when they get up in that age, I start to spend more time with her and give her more pets and more treats, and she's actually become so entitled because of I've been so soft with her. She's getting up on the couch now, but I figure, well, who knows?
7's in the chat for Norman.
Thank you. Shout out to Norman.
Respect.
Mr. Daniel Peterson, shout out to you. Thank you for a very generous super chat. Daniel writes, curious whether everyone in the war band is Christian/SDA, and if not, how do you deal with different opinions on morality of life? Some are and some are not. Most are. I would say that no one is completely atheist, but we certainly have some that are agnostic or searching, and that's not a problem whatsoever. Paul, when he talked to the early church, said, let every man be convinced in his own mind. It's not our job to tell someone how they should believe, and I don't think that, what good is it? How can you minister to people if you get up on a high horse and think that you're better than everyone else? Look where Jesus' ministry, he went into the taverns, he was really received well by people that were considered to be lost in society, and I think that's an example to us. I don't mean that you need to compromise your standards, but more times than not, if you leave a true Christian life and a good example, that rubs off on people, and then wait, when they want to know when they're ready, then they'll come asking you, and then you can tell them about your experience.
And if you surround yourself with good men, in order for this to be an issue, you have to make it an issue. You have to actively seek out making this an issue. It doesn't come up when you're jumping in the river.
It's the great equalizer.
It is the great equalizer.
Is it not?
You could have blue hair in the river. It's fine.
You know, and it's a perfect example, right?
Might not
here.
make it past the gate, but
You could even have a Subaru, so hey.
You could have a Subaru.
pulling a skittle.
The perfect example, though, is here. I mean, there's 6 of us, 6 of you guys that showed up. We don't all have the same belief. We don't all share the same values, but it's not an issue. You know, you stick to what you know, and it's mutual respect. You respect someone that they have a decision or they believe a certain way for a reason, and that's not your business, to be honest. Mr. William Cordell. William's been with us for 6 months. He says Florida is now constitutional carry.
All right.
Nice.
Is that a brand new thing?
I think it is.
Your man
For
your-
Florida.
Your man
Yes.
DeSantis, huh?
Is that a new
That's
thing,
right.
Florida
yeah,
man?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got ours last year in Ohio.
That's a new thing, confirmed.
Florida man confirms.
Can you explain what constitutional carry is? There's probably some folks that are not clear on that.
As far as I'm not a lawyer.
Yeah.
I
I'll
only
give you
play
my
one on
take it.
TV. But,
I mean,
oh, sure.
yeah. I mean, from what I've heard, essentially, you can carry concealed or on your hip, and you just gotta. There's no limit on magazine capacity or anything like that, and keep it in your truck, in a moving vehicle. You know, but when you get pulled over, you're gonna have to, you know, follow the same. Hey, I have a gun, whatnot. But yeah, pretty much it's just no rules. Carry a gun where you want, how you want, when you want, wherever you want. No federal buildings, you know, no courthouse, something like that. But
Airports.
no airports. But yeah, it's really free. It's really awesome.
And you guys are saying, is it 30, over 30 states have gone to that? So, something like that?
I think that's what's going
I
on.
heard it was 31. That could be wrong. I
Yeah.
haven't got a fact check yet.
But congrats, Florida. That's awesome. Ohio got ours, I think, last June. So, congrats. That's awesome.
Yeah, I just want to add that there are still quite a lot of rules for carrying a gun.
Yes, always rule. Yes. Yeah,
But yeah, you don't need a concealed carry license. It's normal. I remember the first time I saw that come, I think Oklahoma was one of the first ones, if I'm not incorrect. And I was headed down there and I called a local police station asking, what's the deal with this? Like, do I need, okay, it's a little bit different for out of state, but I had a good guy there and a good little talk. He talked to me and he's like, there's no reason, like, bad guys aren't out there getting concealed carry licenses anyway. It's only limiting the good guys. And it was good to hear that from an agency at the time.
What you should do is get training. Get training.
Get
That's the most important
Don't
thing.
mess around. You know, learn to carry your carry style. If you want to do appendix or you want to do, you know, I do not recommend open carry. You don't want to be a target. But learn to carry. Learn to carry safely. Watch videos. Really train yourself. Don't just, you know, when you get constitutional carry, don't just go out and start carrying. Do your research. Study it a couple weeks. Prepare yourself for that.
Get your TradCons out of the off-body carry trend.
Yes.
The purse might as well not have it.
Walking target.
Are going to be with children, and first thing you come to a house, you do is you put your purse down, and it can be problematic.
I'd like to see a super chat for a solution for a 7-month pregnant on-body carry.
A TradCon husband.
TradCon husband. That's
Yeah.
exactly
Yeah.
right. A tack schnauzer.
A tactical apron. SOE, I hope they're watching.
Well, that might be it. It might be the FUPA.
We have a super chat from Zachary Marvin. Shout out to you, Zachary. Thank you for hanging out with us. He says, thank you for such a godly message. Listen to you and make me understand a lot of the lessons that my father tried teaching me in my youth. Well, if you're like me, you weren't having any of that, and you thought you were smarter than your dad. About the time you reach 40 or so, you're at to realize, you know, the old man wasn't all that dumb after all, was he?
That's all.
But thank you, Zachary. I sure appreciate that. And Margaret, brand new member, 777. Thank you.
I've banned so many people hitting on Margaret in the chat. Stop it.
Margaret
You
is
crazies.
Is Margaret? Has she been classified as an official TradCon?
I'm going to have to refer to some of the other guys.
We're
in
going to give her the
chat.
benefit of the doubt.
She did.
And,
Super chat 777.
well, I'd say that's she's at least halfway there, right?
She did write from a TradCon mom of a fine 17-year-old.
See,
There you go.
We're getting ahead of
We're very
ourselves.
happy to have you here, Margaret. Thank you for your generosity. Margaret writes, please say more on plans for classes on Proho skills plus values of our young men for from a TradCon mom of a fine 17-year-old son. We both admire your work. Yeah, there's really a need for this. I mean, perfect example, the chainsaw class that John put on, SOE. You know a little bit about that, right?
I don't know a whole, probably just a touch more than you. That's Self-Reliance Festival, words.
Well, what he told me was they just kind of said, put this out there, hey, we're going to have a little clinic on how to run chainsaws, and they were absolutely inundated and surprised how many people showed up.
They actually brought in a full like tree company, and I mean they had kids there. They said it was a blast. I think John just really wanted to clean up some stuff on his property. That's the reason he did it. But you know what? I had a really good friend that went, and I would consider him pretty experienced, and he said it was great. So it was just fantastic. So they brought in a tree service company, and they had training. They did everything. It was pretty awesome. I wish I could have went.
And this year, they got Joe Salatin's coming.
So Self-Reliance Festival is coming up in October.
In October.
And if they're in the Camden, Tennessee area, just make the trip. It's worth it. Joel Salatin, you want to learn anything about homesteading, prepping, self-reliance, it's all in the name. You definitely want to be there.
Is Evan going to put on a class?
Yeah, Evan, Radio Made Easy. He's going to be putting on a class at Self-Reliance Festival, and you don't want to miss that at all.
Yeah, and that's very similar to what we're looking at here.
Yeah.
I mean, I have a few things that I would like to do, but there's also a lot of things that I'm not the expert on, but we would like to bring in experts. So when we're kind of making plans for this, we want to have accommodations. So if we have a particular guy like Joe Salatin, which is really the rock star in the alternative farming.
For sure.
To be honest, I've actually met him a couple times. He used to speak at the Mother Earth News Fairs, and he's legitimate, man. He's a really, really a good dude, and his books are amazing.
Yeah.
He's everything
cream of the crop guy.
What's his biggest book? Everything I Wanted to Do, but I Can't? Or
Everything I want to do is illegal.
Everything I Wanted to Do is Illegal. So just that title of the book tells you right there that he's a Proho, right?
Yeah.
It is.
But we're looking to do something very similar to that, where we can have couples go up, 6, 7 couples at a time for long weekends and do all different things. It could be a little bit of your traditional tools. It could be wild edibles. It could be, and I'd also like to work in an activity like we did today.
Yeah.
It was a good trial run where guys can go out and we could go fishing or go on a bike ride or something like that, just to make it a good experience and everybody would really enjoy.
I think you could easily put 20 guys back here in the river.
20? Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
We had, what did we have, 9 in today?
Yeah, 9 in today.
Yeah, we probably get another 11.
Yeah. I tell you what, Jack killed it today.
Jack went.
Yeah, he did awesome.
He was the last one out, wasn't he?
He was killing it.
Really had to be convinced to get his head under.
Yeah.
That was all peer pressure.
Yeah.
But he did.
Jack was fighting demons in that water for sure. Maybe worse than the rest of us, I think.
Well, I missed the dip this morning. I missed the dip this morning, but we did find a place. We're all motorbiking up the mountain there, and
Yeah, we got up
stopped
about
by a river.
4,500 feet or so and found some snow melting into a pond, and we stripped down and we got in and
Jumped right in, man.
yeah, it wasn't bad.
It was great. It was good. We did about 4 minutes,
Yep.
so it was good.
And I'd like to add that Sky here is a lot of fun to troll. Jason and I had the idea on the rocks. He wanted a picture.
Oh yes,
Yes.
that was great. That was great.
And I got a 3-year-old, so I had just finished watching Monsters, Inc., and I had the idea to... Jason was over here taking the picture of them
Oh,
down
there
in
it
the
is.
cavern.
Yes.
And I'm
share
like,
that.
you know what?
So Cody and I jumped in.
I don't see you in there though.
Right, that's the foot. That's the whole point.
Show them. They'll get
Oh,
it.
he covered. So he was in there. So I got to show you here.
Can I see?
So that was cold. Oh, it's not focus. That was me, and he's right behind. Is that your foot, Overton?
I think it's the next.
That's my foot.
Yeah.
Can I swipe to the right?
Yeah, should be able.
Yeah. So I was like, hey,
Oh, there
take
we
a
go.
picture.
So there's proof. There's proof. He was in there, and I'll tell you, man, that's coming right off the snow.
That was cold.
Focus.
It had to be like 42
There we
degrees.
go.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness, it was cold. But we were the only two that jumped in. Those guys were, they didn't want to, but they did this morning. So.
That was totally Overton. That was all Overton's idea.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
Dude, I loved it. Hey, we got back home. I was like, hey, send me that picture. And it's just a foot.
Oh, sorry. It's the only one I got.
To wrap up, Margaret. But yeah, I think that's important. We haven't worked out a curriculum yet. We're still in the process of just getting everything ready, getting the house and the buildings done, and Yeah, I think stuff for boys. I think couples would be nice. I think it'd really be nice for daughters and fathers, daughters and sons, something to that effect as well.
You mentioned riding as a group and putting on group rides. How possible do you think that is?
It's possible. I have
possible.
to check with my in-house counsel about the legality of it, you
Yeah.
know, all that. But I would imagine so. Yeah, I would imagine so.
Sign a waiver.
Yeah,
People trying on body armor for 4 hours out front.
just prepare, come get ready to sign a whole bunch of waivers.
Yep.
100%. And don't come with zero skill either. You know, come with some kind of skill. You know.
Yeah, don't make it your first time on a motorcycle.
Right.
Yeah, that.
Oh, I may have
probably
made a
good-
mistake.
Good idea.
Am I still good, you guys? This mic still working?
I see it's green.
You should be good.
We have a super chat from Mr. George Lopez. George has been with us for 6 months. What are the middlemen's boots of choice? What are you guys wearing?
Dude, okay. I've been wearing these boots for about 8 years. This same kind. Ariat. I don't know what model they are, but I grab a new pair every year on my birthday. They last me all year. I beat them up. I still got the last 4 pairs I used as backups in the garage. Ariat work boots, man. That's what I go with. So, composite toe, not steel. Because in the wintertime, it gets real cold if it's steel. So go composite. Best boot I've ever worn. So.
I see Mr. Overton there is going to have to learn about Obenaufs there. He looks like we got some dry leather.
Well,
going on
these
there.
are virtually some special loggers,
Okay.
and they're falling apart already. I don't live a rough life right now, and these have only lasted 2 years. So it was in my plans
Wow.
I was passing through Spokane? Yeah,
Spokane.
for
yeah.
JK boots. I was
Yeah.
going to get fitted. I was going to do it. They're going to be the last boots I ever had, but I forgot. Sidetracked by doing my once every 10 years shopping trip. As you can tell, all my stuff is wearing out at the same time.
I typically wear Red Wing Heritage boots. So they're the American-made Heritage boots. Right now, I'm kind of suffering through a foot injury, so I've been buying a new pair of boots about every 2 to 3 weeks. And so I'm wearing Wolverines right now.
East Coast man, he likes his Red Wings.
East
Yeah,
Coast
that's
man,
true. That's
listen, they know boots.
They do?
They don't have, we don't have big trees where we live, so we don't need the big logger boots. We have little trees. So
Well, we just wear those because they look cool
yeah, 100, yeah.
and they make us taller.
I noticed flying in, coming through the city a couple days ago. West Coast homeless man is even trendy.
Oh yeah,
I mean, no joke. Like, man,
because he
I'm
just
like-
broke into a car at REI.
He's got a new helmet, riding boots, and Senna 50S as well.
We have a new member, Mr. B Husky. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. We sure appreciate that. And Zane, 1 year of Fizz. He's been with us for 1 year. Thank you, Zane. Appreciate that. And William Cordell, we have a super chat. William's been with us for half a year. He says, I already have had a permit for about 8 years before it went into effect July. Are you talking about concealed carry permit, I'm guessing? Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, well, shout out to you.
And now it's a liability to have a concealed. You lose rights.
Yes.
I went in to try to give up my concealed carry, and you can't do that because
You have to let it run out.
you have to let it run out. Constitutional carry, you don't get sent to jail for not telling a officer doing his job
Right.
that you're not carrying, right? But with the concealed carry, you're obligated to. It's obligated speech. They're forcing you to speak.
I did not know that.
Yes. If
We-
you don't have your concealed carry and your state just opened up constitutional carry, just don't get it. Do not sign up for it. 100%.
Well, you live your life, but I wouldn't.
Right.
We have a super chat from Steven Wust, who is a German. Shout out to Germany. I love your motorcycles, by the way.
Yeah.
Does Austria, is it German? Austria, does that count? Same thing, right?
No.
It's kind of like Ohio and North
the
Carolina.
same thing.
Same thing? No? Is that not true?
no.
So
Ohio, North Carolina, same thing.
No way.
I have been made aware last night that there is quite a rivalry between Ohio and North Carolina. Something about Ohio man coming to North Carolina and taking your women, was that what it is?
Yeah. Yeah.
Stay away.
So who's better?
North Carolina.
North Carolina, what do you say?
The women don't think so.
Well, yeah, I'd say go with North Carolina. It's too cold in Ohio, man. Absolutely.
I never think of Ohio as being cold. I thought Ohio and Iowa, aren't they the same thing?
Iowa's cold.
Yeah, it's cold.
Do they share borders?
I don't know. Geography ain't my thing.
You see, North Carolina is the better man. I can see right.
Yeah.
See, if
But
Scott,
Ohio's pretty cold and it rains a lot. So.
if Scott drove that Subaru down to North Carolina, he would steal at least 2 women,
Oh, he would.
at least from Asheville.
They just jump right in.
Just jump right in. Yeah.
Hey, man. And there's more seats than just 2. You know, there's 4 more seats in there. So.
Well, over here we think we're the center of the universe, so we don't know about these rivalries.
This is the center of the universe.
But
Bend to the rest of it, it's garbage.
But you did come talking some nonsense about grits. We
Dude.
don't eat grits over here.
Oh,
Well,
buttery grits.
the West Coast is not perfect.
Right.
Isn't that like malta meal with sand in it?
Well,
Kind of.
That's what I think
Oh,
of.
so yeah.
It's how East Coast man and Southern man brush their teeth. We brush them with grits.
I see.
Oh, it's great. It's my blood type, I'm pretty sure.
We have a super chat from our friend NS. Good to see you back. I hope you're doing better. Who writes, "Hey Cody and Minutemen, when it comes to getting a homestead, what's a more important factor? Land quality, quantity, or location? I'm in search for my first home." Location. Yeah, it is. I mean, you can go to alkali lakes for water and sagebrush and no neighbors and really nothing going on. It's cheap, but I don't know you want to live there. You have to really kind of start with your budget. You know, what do you have to spend? Do you want to go out? You want to borrow money? You want to do it with what you have, and then you got to start from there because it really comes down to what you can afford. But you want to get into the best place you can. Good growing season, like-minded people, water. It's going to be really important. That sort of thing, and live in a place that you enjoy. You know, for me to go to Ohio and not have access to what I was raised with and in this environment, I would be very sad. It would not be, even if I got a good deal on it, I would not be happy because I just am accustomed to a certain way. So you have to kind of factor all those in before you make your decision.
Yeah.
Quality is a close second place, but it's virtually the same as location. Quantity is almost irrelevant. I mean, what do you want, right? If you want to do some foresting, you're going to need a lot, but you can feed a family of 4 in town on a half an acre from your backyard.
Oh yeah. Curtis Stone, for example,
Exactly.
he came down to our house years ago at the old place, and he's really been a pioneer of that. The number of people that he's able to feed, do you remember? He's got a double city lot? Unbelievable. It's incredible how the earth puts forth, if you just put a small amount of effort in. You really don't have to do that much. I read about a family last year that decided to cut ties with the city, move out into a rural place, and the whole family working together to produce a completely self-sufficient. And he said after a couple of years, he said, we almost feel guilty. We really only have to work, all of us, about 2 hours a day to feed the few animals we have, tend a little bit, but most of the time we have sitting around visiting or reading. It just doesn't take that much compared to what you have to go out to do to earn an income.
Nice.
Thank you, NS. I sure do appreciate that. We'll talk more about that in the future. And WRC, we have a super chat. WRC's been with us for 3 years. He says, "Have you all put the Proho radio kit to use while there? Receive traffic info on mine. Should have it on Monday."
Nice.
Yeah, the guys came in with radios. You guys have an update?
Yeah, so we're actually talking like a pretty good ways away to one of our guys that's here with us. So, hey Jeff, you there?
Yes, sir. I'm here. I'm watching you guys on the computer.
Nice.
That's pretty cool.
It's actually been really handy. This whole thing has been super handy.
Oh, great. If you don't have the kit, get the kit.
The antennas are an unbelievable upgrade,
Dude.
by the way. But yeah, using it constantly. He's more than half a mile away.
Yeah, it's
A lot of obstruction.
and not line of sight either.
We're actually talking on the Proho channel. So we have our own Proho channel.
I haven't even seen this radio yet.
Yeah, this is
We're not going to show this radio yet.
Okay. We'll make the announcement here pretty soon. But we'll be making a new drop according to Evan, right? Maybe next month.
possibly.
Yeah, as soon as we
Yeah.
can.
So we'll be playing with some of that stuff here while we're here.
Yeah.
We'll be testing out some new stuff. So
Yeah, actually,
We have to make sure it's Proho capable.
Yeah.
We need to make sure it's radio made easy for the average Proho. That's a
We don't
that's
want
a
to have that,
battle
what do
of
they
a
call
task.
that, the mission creep, when things tend to get more complicated, or is that the right term for it?
Exactly. We need to Cody proof it first.
See, they don't let me have it. I still got the old one.
You can't have it yet. We don't.
No.
I will say that we got some really cool stuff coming. Evan is really doing some amazing stuff, and so hang in there. There's some really, really cool stuff coming.
And that's a perfect example. Something that I would like to do is to have Evan come out to do that. Show how to set up repeaters and all that, because it's been a real blessing to have him put all the work in. He really is gifted as a teacher.
And if you want to get some actual training with radios, Evan travels all over the country teaching. So check out his schedule. I mean, he's going to be from Idaho to the East Coast this year.
Yeah.
So if you want to actually learn about these things,
Is it 0 to hero?
it's zero to hero.
0 to
Yep,
hero.
0 to hero.
Well, the perfect example, like today, of how Evan's been programming those, but we all were able to come together and we all have a common frequency. We were able to use it. Today we had to split up the group. A couple of the guys had to head back, and some of the other guys wanted to add on to our ride. Having those radios be able to communicate was really important. And we've never met before, but here we came together and we've got a comm system that actually works.
Evan, I got the Proho radio kit from him, and we have some people that work here on our farm with us as well. We use those things all day, every day. It's amazing how handy they are.
Yeah.
Just around a homestead.
Yeah.
It's a really nice safety thing, like what we're doing here, motoing and stuff. But even around the house, I think it's so important. It's like the missing piece for most people. So.
And how much did we use our radios before we had these pre-programmed ones?
I had a case of them
Yeah.
that had never been
Just
opened.
Yeah.
Just sitting there.
Now they're really part of the EDC.
Yeah.
I mean,
They really are.
I have that radio on me all the time now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the time. And I really like being able to monitor what's going on with the fires as well. I'm hearing in real time when the reporting party's calling in, hey, we got a fire down the road. I know before just about anyone.
Oh, wow.
Everything all the way down to you're pulling in and you don't know where to park.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, where do I
Hey,
park?
where am I parking? Yeah. Keep them on.
You can also troll Walmart employees a little bit too.
Facts.
Yeah.
Confirmed.
Yeah.
And I think if memory serves, Evan's sending the last bit of the 3 radio kits out the next week or two. He's just waiting on those antennas.
Oh.
I think it's what I heard last thing I heard.
Yeah.
I believe they're out.
They might all be on their way. So if you haven't received them, look for them
Those
anytime
last
now.
few orders that come in, all the main big
The original ones
orders
are all
went out,
shipped.
Yeah.
Yeah. We opened it back up for a couple days, and those radios, the last ones are going out now. We have a live chat from Seth Green that says, I just bit the bullet and got my first Benchmade 940. There you go. This is my favorite. I know North Carolina, man, he's got his own opinions on things, but it's still a good
The
knife.
East Coast 940 is a 9400.
Yeah.
So the East Coast 940 is
I got
the
that in
9400.
the safe muzzled with tape wrapped around it and a
It
zip
is
tie.
not West Coast man friendly.
It was. Did I tell you how that got me?
Yeah, tell the whole
Oh,
story.
my briefcase, I dropped it in a little pocket about the size of a cell phone, and it was open like this. And I dropped something in there, and I shoved my hand in real quick, and it cut me open. So,
Who sent that?
East Coast man.
yeah, that was on purpose. The ultimate troll. We have a super chat from Mr. Shane. Thank you, Shane. That's very generous of you. Shane's been with us for 2 months. Contribute to a few coffees, burgers, beer, whatever the weekend is. Oh, I sure appreciate that. Yeah, we've had some good food. Shout out to Mrs. W. She put on a charcuterie board yesterday.
This is true.
It had
So-
meats.
It had meats on it.
I want to take back my super chat where I agreed with Cody. I mean, this.
Switching teams.
Yeah, I will say, East Coast food is terrible compared to West Coast food. I'm just telling you, you got it figured out here.
Except the grits.
You add grits to breakfast and you're set.
Yeah.
Biscuits and gravy. Now, East Coast man has biscuits.
I'll give you
Down.
that.
No
I will.
joke.
When we went to North Carolina, do you remember biscuits every morning? Absolutely amazing.
I thought we're all fat.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, everybody was making fun of the charcuterie board, but when we were here last night, we were all hanging around that table, enjoying that thing. It was great. It had everything. I don't think there was much left except crackers when we were done. It's good.
Thank you, Shane. Sure appreciate that. And Jose Perez, shout out to you. As an East Coast man, I agree we know our boots. Would you be so kind as to give upstate New York guys West Coast classification? We have a lot of trees. You're gonna have to do more than that, East Coast man. You're married at the hip, or joined at the hip with those guys down south, aren't you? I don't know. You'll have to prove it to me. If you were to like send an MRAP with dual 50s to my address, then we could reconsider that.
Is he doing it?
But thank you, I will consider it. Back to the end of the list. Mr. Stephen Woost, shout out to you and brand new member. Thank you for being so generous. He writes, best regards to the boys from Germany. Nice to see the first step of your vision come true. I plan an American Dream motorcycle tour through all states, and I hope there will be a chance to drive by. Well, when you do that, let me know, and anything's possible. We'll see. That'd be quite a trip. What's the furthest trip you've been? How many miles?
2 tanks of gas, I forget. I don't know. Maybe one of you guys in the chat remember.
2 tanks of gas?
So 2 tanks of gas.
250 miles or so?
Almost 300.
300 miles?
Yep.
Yeah.
And that was before the seat concept seat, and that was not nice.
I did
yes.
like 600 miles. That wasn't bad.
On what bike? KLR?
2022 Honda Rebel 300. Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, no
Say
problem.
that again.
Yeah, my biggest trip was like 600 miles. New York and back from Ohio. 2022 Honda Rebel. It was good, comfortable, good trip. Good trip. You got to really watch out for people though when you're doing interstate travel. And
It's if you're going to be doing that type of mileage, like Mr. Overton said, there's a couple things upgrades you want to do, and one would be the seat.
yes, 100%.
There's one thing I think apart from the Honda, I think every bike I own has the seat concept seat on it.
Yeah.
It's a hard pill to swallow when you just bought a brand new bike. Just drop another $300-400 on a seat, but it's money well spent.
And you'll be 4 hours in the trip, and you'll be finding new ways to sit. You
Oh,
scooch
you
over.
betcha.
You're like moving this way now, and your foot's a weird. Yeah.
I've even had both
upgrade
legs
a
on one
seat.
side.
Oh, yeah.
It gets that bad.
And Mustang seats are really good aftermarket seats. Look into those. Those are really good.
We have a
Yeah,
50.
at the end of that specific ride, I was sitting almost cross-legged the whole time. Now we got to interrupt the super chat. You need to blindly and faithfully just hit play on that video for the stream.
Do you want me to hold it up there for him?
Yes, please.
I don't know what I'm.
There's audio.
I don't know what I'm. You guys are not going to sabotage me here, are
Pick
you?
up the audio. Should you put that by the speaker?
Okay, I haven't seen
Oh, you
this
want
yet.
audio from this?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Hold on.
Nothing but the best production around here, gentlemen. You know, which
Where's
has
that
your
speaker?
speaker on? Okay. All right, here we go.
Yeah, wait to get it. I'd love to have a poster. Would it be weird to have a poster of myself in the
Oh,
shop?
I know where this is going.
Is that complete narcissism? I don't think so. I wouldn't be taking it seriously, obviously.
There could have been worse. Oh, look at that. That is absolutely fabulous.
This is nothing but the finest.
Look at that. Oh, it's on metal too.
It's beautiful.
Man, I love this. Thank you. Oh, that's amazing. That's going to be the new background for the winter live stream.
Oh, we're making sure he puts it up. I really, really wanted it to be 5 foot by 9 foot.
That's pretty big.
Yes.
That's like the size of an interstate speed sign there.
I would have had to rent a bigger trailer.
So
Is that the UV5R?
It's not. It's got the exoskeleton on
It
it.
is the UV5R with the exoskeleton.
It's got the antenna.
Extended battery.
The metal hard hat with the Velcro on the side. Got my shades. Got my what are they calling that now? The ascot. And my iron. That's fabulous, guys. That is absolutely amazing.
Wow.
I really like that. That's pretty good.
That is not narcissistic.
It's so goofy. It's amazing.
Can we prop that up here?
That's wonderful.
Thank you, guys. I really appreciate that.
I'll just hand it off to Mike.
Thank you, Mike. Boy, that's really nice, that backing, isn't it?
printed on How does the British say it?
Aluminium?
Yeah.
Aluminium?
Aluminium.
That is fabulous.
Oh, special appearance by Handy Mike.
You know, I'm gonna hang that up in the master
yeah.
bedroom.
Ah.
There's Handy Mike.
Oh,
right
exactly. There we go.
Yes.
You don't mind if I put that up in the bedroom, do you?
Oh wow. Man.
You
Have
even
some
took
off
down the
camera
other
talk
picture
right
of you?
there.
Oh. Right after I take down the mirror.
Hurt my feelings from here.
We have a $50 super chat from Chief of Beef. Shout out to you. Thank you, brother. We sure do appreciate that. It's very generous of you. Goodness. Really are grateful. Thank you. And Mr. Tony Bologna is in the house. Tony says, middlemen, glad I've been able to get to know them over the past several months. Thank you for all you do, Cody, in bringing this community together. Well, I sure do appreciate that. And shout out to you guys for making the Herculean effort to get here as well. How many hours did you drive on 3, 4, 5 hours sleep?
37 hours. Only stopping 4 hours to sleep somewhere in the middle.
In a Subaru.
Cumulative,
In
4
a-
hours.
In a rainbow
yeah,
Subaru.
2 hours each time. Yeah.
In his rainbow Subaru.
Oh yeah.
And you're going to take a little more
Hey.
time on the way back, though.
Yes, I'm taking 2 weeks to get home. It's gonna be great. I'm gonna really take my time, sleep a lot more this time going back. So.
Well, thank you, Tony. I sure do appreciate that. And we have a super chat from Peter Shaw Lazier. Shout out to you. Meaning behind beloved in your videos. I don't know. I just felt like saying it, and it felt weird at first, but I don't know, maybe a way to say how much I appreciate people that support us and hang out and watch the videos, and now it just seems natural, and I couldn't imagine not saying it.
We're not totally at fault. It's in the air. We've started to say it.
Oh yeah.
Is it?
Yes.
And it's very genuine. It's a very genuine thing to say. You know.
It's the right thing to say.
It is.
Yeah, I think so.
Only here.
I think so. Yeah. To be honest, I hadn't thought about it. It just seemed like the thing to say. We have a super chat from Hanky Mountain Garage. Hanky's been with us for 2 years now. He says, I'm 20 minutes from Joel Salatin's farm. That's Polyface Farm. That's down in your part of the woods, isn't it?
It's close. Yeah.
Is that South Carolina?
That's Virginia.
Virginia.
Yeah.
Virginia.
Polyface Farms. I know that Mrs. Debbie has always wanted to go down there for that.
He hasn't taken me yet, though.
I think you need to make a trip to the East Coast. Come to North Carolina.
Yes.
We're the west coast of North. We're the west coast of the
Okay,
East
well,
Coast.
We can check out Radio Made Easy,
Yeah,
Premier.
Yes.
Yeah.
well, we'll
SOE.
rule that out.
He'll teach you how to sew. You were just mentioning you wanted to learn how to sew.
Yeah.
Yesterday?
February
The day
and
before?
June. February, we're coming to North Carolina,
Okay.
and June, South Carolina.
Okay. Well, if you want to make that
Wow.
happen, then you need to talk to her.
Man.
Yeah.
Well, this is gonna happen,
All right.
dude.
Or else our son's in debate.
Right.
So we could extend that trip.
Yeah.
There we go.
Wow.
Yeah, for sure. 20 minutes from Joe Salatin. You should give Western Virginia West Coast status. Country roads, Mountain Mama.
So
West Virginia.
I have a little bit of something to say about this.
I have found you to be somewhat biased.
I am very biased. Western Virginia, not West Virginia. Western Virginia is very, very. It's an amazing place. Eastern Virginia is a cesspool. That is all it is. So there's a dividing line, and I think we should split Virginia again. They've already done it once. We should
have
split them
West
again.
Virginia.
We should have Western Virginia and Eastern Virginia.
So there you have it. All
Yeah.
you've got to do is secede from half of your state, and then let me know when that
Yeah.
happens,
Kick
and then
all
we'll
the
go ahead and
cesspool
put you at
out.
the front of the line.
And then, yeah.
Excellent. I can't say I haven't seen anything good come out of Western Virginia or East, so until I do, then I'm going to have to back to the end of the line. Mr. John Colwart, we have a $20 super chat. He's been with us as a member for 6 months. Shout out to you, John. John says, great stream with the middleman. Have a great weekend and cheers.
Cheers.
Peace.
Cheers to you.
And throw us a bone here. Give us something to talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, brother. Adam Sutherland, we have a super chat. Adam says, are garage sales and finding an old timer the best place to find old tools? Or do we spend money on online for new ones? Well, I think garage sales are, especially if you're talking about your axes or those big PVs and that sort of thing, yeah. But go out to the rural areas and the farming communities, that's where you really do find them. And they don't have eBay, so they don't know what they're worth when they're pricing them.
Right.
You're going to find those things. You're going to find Collins axe heads for 50 cents out there. Whereas you come to the city and people be charging $40, $50 for it. But yeah, I think you should do it. It's a fun thing to do, to learn how to restore it, how to set a handle in a socket, that sort of thing. And it's a great way to spend your weekend. You always find treasure. You know that. You like to wheel and deal.
Oh, absolutely.
Treasures?
Yeah. I'll take them. Yeah, absolutely. Definitely go to yard sales. Everyone that posts something on eBay is in it to make money. They're looking up the average price and just putting a little bit higher than that. And yeah, yard sales the way to go. I agree.
What's the best deal? I know you like to buy and sell on Facebook Marketplace. What's the best deal you've come across in the last year or two?
Probably my boat, to be honest. Yeah, they were asking $10,000, and I ended up buying it for $1,500. 36-foot Chris Craft, and yeah, probably that.
So
yeah.
lowballing does work.
Yeah, I was like, well, I'll give you $1,500, expecting them to come back with, how about $8,500? No,
You were willing to spend
$10,000.
Yeah. You had 10,000.
I brought 10,000. I said, would you take $1,500? And they said yes. Gave me the title right there, and I just could not believe it. I'm like, you're supposed to banter a little bit, bargain in the middle, but that was a blessing. Big blessing. Sold.
You know what the real blessing is the day you get rid of a boat.
Oh yeah. I guess
So you said you felt a little bad about that, but you probably shouldn't. They were probably laughing at you as you pulled away with it.
Hey man, we've been enjoying it for probably 4 or 5 trips already.
Yeah.
So far so good. I got my $1,500 out of it.
Next year we call you captain.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think so.
You gonna put a rainbow flag on the?
Oh yeah. When you come to visit, I'll put it on there for you. 100%.
We'll get it.
100%.
We have
good stuff.
we have a super chat from 63 Jeep J20.
Wow.
Shout out to you. And Daniel Sumney, welcome Daniel. Daniel says second vote for Western Virginia, Pews and Mountains. Well, that's
That's a $2 vote.
you're gonna
Come
have
on,
to
Daniel.
You're gonna have to show me more than that. We have 3 states now officially West Coast. We have Vermont, North Carolina, which was number 2, and Texas. I believe that's where we stand, isn't it?
Oh.
I think so.
Yeah. Yeah. You're gonna have to show me.
Didn't you give it to Alaska?
No, I don't think so. You
It's
would.
too far
You
north
know,
for
I
West
was
Coast?
fixing on giving it to your state, but the fact you didn't show up for the dip this morning, you're back at the end of the line.
Yeah.
So
Hey, but I did hop off that dirt bike and jump right in. So
you did okay.
there's some credit there. but-
Well, you're still at the back of the line.
all right, fair enough.
Too late, too little.
And North Carolina man has not instilled me with much confidence.
That's true.
Mr. Christopher Wilson has been with us for 4 years.
Ah.
A member for 57 months. Shout out to you, brother. Wish I could have made it. Hope to see you all next one. Have fun, gentlemen. Good news. The wildland fire is now 100% contained.
Christopher Wilson, another middleman, he was going to make it,
We miss you.
but he had to stay behind to help out to make sure family was okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Too close of a call.
Right.
It's a hard thing to leave and get the time and travel across the country to come do something like this, and we sure do.
Got to be a psycho to be able to do it. Really, I mean,
You guys did that.
real weirdo.
I know it's easy to talk about and agree to, and when it comes around, like, oh goodness, there's a lot going on.
Plans change about 35 times in
Yeah.
the week before.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure glad you guys made that happen.
All right, so we have a couple options right now.
Okay.
We can get a little less casual, and we can all watch Cody unbox a care package from Goatee Santa Claus. John Willis from SOE, we got some stuff, or we can cut it off forever.
Well, I think maybe you should let them vote.
Yeah, ones or sevens, right?
Whatever you
sevens
want.
or 11s.
Whatever you want.
Yeah, I'm gonna need 3 $100 super chat. No, sevens in the chat. Let's see it.
Are we going to do an unboxing?
They're a compliant crowd, so yeah.
All right.
Here you go. What do we got? Just a care package.
Oh,
Initial thoughts of some of my favorite gear.
I see woodland pattern, which is my favorite. So is this is SOE? What's this?
It's SOE, so that's called the toiletry bag.
Oh
Toilet
man,
bag.
that's a great travel bag.
I have used probably 40 of these in the last week.
This is the best for like razor, toothpaste, all that stuff.
Oh yeah,
That's what I brought mine.
Yeah, when you're traveling.
Yeah.
That is, I love. This is the only woodland pattern I have. When I was, I used to go to the surplus store with my granddad. And it was all this must have been from the Vietnam area. I used to archery hunt in woodland. It fits in good in this area, doesn't it?
But perfect
that's
little
cool.
toolkit bag. Put your meds in it.
There's something about the SOE, just the feel of it is quality, isn't it? Like when you compare this and hold it compared to just factory made stuff, it just, and then knowing that this is all hand stitched.
He makes the best of the best. You know, he invented the firing of your customers. If you have a single complaint, he knows his gear's good enough that you're full of it and you're out.
I did not know that.
Yes.
Wow.
That is great.
So we got a few
Who do I-
colors
who
there.
do I
There's some
thank for-
fancy
Who do I
ones.
thank for this?
John.
Thank you, John. I sure do appreciate that. Oh, and a green one? One for Jack?
And an OD.
Yeah, that's, what a nice green too. Yeah, I'd recommend one of these. I have one, mine's getting a little bit tattered. My sister gave it to me. It's almost identical to this, made out of wax cotton. And every time Jack travels, he's been taking it.
Yes.
So I'm going to give one of these to him.
He'll use all of these in the next hour and a half.
Yeah, that is great. Beautiful.
They're really good tool bags for your bike too.
Oh,
I
they-
carry one in
for
my
dividers.
I use one for tools and stuff. in my
See,
bike.
I-
had on your chest today.
I need
That
a,
was great.
fupa in this color. That'd be bold, wouldn't it?
That would be bold. There may or may not be some fabric out there, some print with John's face on it. We'll see.
I jumped on his live chat last week and asked him if he could make one out of selvedge denim. He didn't know what that was, so I schooled him on it. He said, well, we'll see.
Yeah.
If you convince John to do something,
Yes.
you have done it.
I didn't convince him, I just suggested.
We have convinced him to do a couple pretty neat things for the next radio kits.
Wow.
That's,
have to see.
I got the, I've never met John, but I've spoken with him on the phone a time or two and then on live chat and stuff, but I got the impression that him agreeing to do the 3 radio kit bags was, that's not something that he does.
He designed you a completely new thing that didn't exist, and that's
He
a
doesn't
rare
do
one.
that. In my opinion, it's an honor to have him do something like
Yeah.
that for us.
Yeah.
I mean, it really is.
Well, I appreciate that. John, if you're watching, I really do appreciate that. Thank you.
Just a couple more things in there.
These are nice. Is this the tool bag?
I believe this is the medium clothes bag.
Oh, that is nice.
We had Evan Dixon here.
He knows the words.
I was telling Overton that I wanted a duffel bag, a
Yes.
travel bag, just like the Patagonia ones, but I didn't want a Patagonia one. That is really
Does
nice.
your Forerunner have the red stitch?
Yeah,
Yeah, see?
that goes good with your seats. That's the perfect size overnight bag right there, isn't it?
Yeah.
I used it for a 5-day bag, so we'll see.
Yeah. Was that what you brought?
It's what I think there might be a little bit larger one. I'm not sure, but yeah, I brought one, identical.
You got a matching toiletry bag to go with it.
Oh, look at that.
There you
Oh,
go.
no, I like this one.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
I bet I don't leave that behind in the hotel.
You'll spot that one on the counter.
Yeah, this stuff is really nice. Like look at the reinforcement all the way around. You could load that thing up with magazines
Yeah, for $100 bills. Yeah.
or $100 bills. That's
Right.
that's how I
There you
roll.
go.
That's how I roll. Yeah, that's very nice. Well, that's cool. This is really exciting.
That's better than your red bag, you said.
It is. Yeah, red bags not ideal. What's this? It's fun. He does all the different patterns, isn't it?
It is a lot of fun.
Yeah. Well, that's a nice
It's funny,
size, too.
people, just from watching the live streams, we're aware that people are always asking for things that they don't buy, though. These are the ones that people actually like.
Let's get the shape here.
So I think that's a small clothes bag.
Well, I like that woodland. That was really. I saw it online, but I haven't seen it in person.
Woodland might be the fizziest.
Yeah, that's a good-looking bag right there, isn't it?
Wow.
That's cool.
Or an epic tool bag. These things are bulletproof.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
not a guarantee.
this I think is what I probably replace that hard box with right there. That would be for me grab and go stuff like that. That's perfect size.
Yeah,
You don't see a bag that size. It's like in between big and little.
sure. And the reinforcement goes all
And
the way underneath.
they use nice zippers too. That's one thing that I didn't mention in that video, but on the FUPA pouch, even really expensive stuff like Mystery Ranch and Patagonia, I have never had zippers come loose.
Right.
Go so easy. Have you noticed that?
Yes.
Like most of them, if you get the angle wrong, they catch up. And it's a two-hand affair. These are always one-hand affair.
So I almost forgot on the packing for the trip here, I was using one of those bags. And I had my wife trying to help me kind of hold the bag shut. And I was kind of pulling it inch by inch and pinching it together. And then I remembered it's an SOE bag. So I just ripped it as hard as I could. Zip shut, no problem.
Yeah.
Nice.
I don't know how that works, but it is good.
And they're oversized too.
So, yeah.
Wizardry.
Yeah,
mostly.
they're so big.
Oversized zippers.
I like the label too.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, is this a medium? So there's 3 sizes
Yes.
here.
Oh.
Large, medium, small.
Yeah, this is your overnight bag right here, isn't it?
Sure.
Yep. That's the one. It's so good, this stuff. It is so good. I love watching his live streams. He goes through, you actually see the sewing machines. And what's really cool is he's actually making stuff.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
not like he's got his seamstresses doing it. He's like, oh, we're going to go make this. He sits down at the sewing machine and makes it.
Wow.
Like, that's something I can't do. I could not do that.
Have you all watched the video of him
Very cool.
designing the Proho radio kit pouch yet? He did a whole build from start to finish. He's got it on his channel.
Is that the new one or the original?
The 3 radio kit
The 3 radio kit.
pouch.
Thank you, John.
He shows you all like 8 iterations. It's really cool to see.
I'm going to be representing at every airport with your gear. If I only had a green fupa. Would you go out with me if I was wearing this?
You wouldn't lose your bags.
You know, when I was, I'm a Gen Xer, this was our color when I was 18, like all our ski gear. I had pants this color
Oh,
wow.
that's
for,
right.
for snowboarding. Remember that?
Y'all are into color.
All the
Yeah,
pastels.
with the geometric shapes and all that.
Yeah.
Things have definitely improved out
Straight
here.
80s.
Yeah, that's just getting to you guys, right?
Yeah.
You just that trickled down from the West Coast.
That's right.
Yeah. You know, as goes California, they say, right?
So now just a couple more things. The tool bags. I know you'll love. It'll replace everything in your life.
Oh, there's more in there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So that's the large.
That's
My favorite.
yeah.
Large.
So I'm using the bag I'm using now. I've used for a long time. I was expressing to you my frustration with it. I have a laptop in there. I got some different things in there, and it's so top heavy, it's always falling over. Sometimes it evacuates like off of the table.
Right.
And this, I wanted something. I asked you about this. Does John make something that's got a hard, flat bottom on it? And you said the tool bag.
So does this one have it in there?
Yeah.
Yeah, it has
Yeah.
something in there. So all of these tool bags, they have a slot, a pouch on the bottom, across the bottom. If you could probably maybe
I didn't know
all those
this,
Velcro out.
These modular. Look at this.
That's pretty fizz-worthy there.
You know, there's this style, you know, you can get these things at Home Depot, but the qualities are just trash.
Right.
Yeah, it's true.
But this,
Look
Yeah.
at the extra support that comes out on the bottom.
look at that. Look at the divider systems. So you can,
It's just amazing.
microphones,
Whatever.
Yes.
cables.
That'll replace
Have you
that box.
have you seen the state of my box? Can I show you?
It's
This
hang
is
around.
this is real time right here. This is my camera kit. It's deplorable. Yep. Now I'm going to be able to put stuff into individually.
What's so nice about, in my opinion, about those is being able to take them from one bag to the other. Like you can grab those organizers out and stick them right in another bag.
Take it out. Put it in.
So it fits in the SOE, like the SOE ecosystem.
The Velcro's no joke.
It's no
It's
joke,
actually really
man.
good.
Even the huge zippers on this, yeah, and to be able to have the mesh to see inside,
Yeah.
that's really nice.
It's good.
I've got, this is that Gucci pattern I have on my my other plate carrier.
It's Gucci for sure.
It's definitely Gucci.
And real
Man,
quick,
this one's great.
just for, we got the smaller ones in there too. We don't need to pull out. So this, I just thought this was interesting for you to inspect. This is a new one from a couple days ago, right? And this one's 13 years old.
Used all the time.
I used the heck out of it.
Are you
It holds my whatever it is, like 36 magazines all the time, and it gets thrown around in the range.
What do you carry? What is this a range
Wow.
bag for you?
Usually, so that's how it gets the most. It gets the most torture out of the vast majority of my things.
And that's amazing. That's a well.
It looks brand new.
You were telling me that some of John's original stuff sells for big money on eBay.
Yep.
Really?
there's such a following. Is that right?
That's right.
Wow.
What a nice bag.
It's just
He's
good fun.
he's really a talented designer, isn't he?
Gotta appreciate the fizz.
Yeah, look at the
like
look at the construction. Look on the bottom,
And you know,
just like seatbelt webbing.
I use these tool bags,
So
especially when I'm going and doing classes, training and stuff. You can fill it to the brim and then just stuff magazines down in these bags. And you know, I mean, that's a lot of weight. And doesn't even nothing. Just takes it like a champ.
well, there's a lot of work to go into these bags.
Oh yeah.
When
This
there's
isn't-
a lot of detail.
This isn't an ad, we promise. If we were sitting around the fire, we'd be talking about this.
I carry his day pack every day.
That's true. That's pretty sweet setup. We got a couple more super chats to get through before we fall too far behind.
I'm not done looking at this though.
Now, what
That-
bag were
that
you
is really
carrying on your
nice.
chest for the ride today?
That's the fupa.
The fupa bag. Yeah. Man, that thing is great. Buckled 4 different places.
I may have
man.
I may have misspoke. I did a video on the micro rig yesterday, and I think John jumped in the chat and said not all of these have this. Is
That's
that
the dangler version.
this is the dangler? So it comes in
Yeah.
2 different varieties.
Yeah. Non-dangler and dangler, and I think the regular has 2 sizes.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And I don't think I mentioned that this also, like Overton wore this today on his moto. This is a full-on chest rig with a crisscross chest straps and a waist strap. And that's absolutely secure because you had quite a bit of weight in there. And when you're on a moto, that really tests your gear. And that's just, it's rock solid.
Yeah, not moving. No issue whatsoever.
But to have that many options, you know, tabs, and it comes with all the buckles, so you can wear it as a chest rig, you can go crossbody, you can go man purse, and you could do, if you have the dangler option, you know, now you've got a abdominal bag, is that what they call it, for a plate carrier.
And it kind of replaces a GoPro until you lose your phone 55 miles into the forest.
We did lose a phone today, but it was retrieved, fortunately. Had it been an Apple, you could use Find My Phone.
Yeah, no.
I had a Cody.
That's right. Cody went back by himself and found it.
Do we
I
have
may
a-
have wiped out just a little bit, and I lost my phone.
That was my fault. I took us on a little, what would we call that? A side mission.
Side
A
quest.
side quest.
Yeah.
It turned out that there was a big hemlock tree about so high across the trail in a bad, inconvenient spot.
Yeah.
He might have been able to make it over it. I'm not quite ready for that.
You saw me turn around too.
Yeah.
We have a super chat from JL Blinks 1234. Thank you, brother. He says, us Ohioans are a different breed. That's
right.
funny. That's just what you said.
That's true.
I agree.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
You see, North Carolina man, he even agrees with that. So you guys,
good way.
you guys pride yourself on being a little odd.
I don't know.
Is that what I'm hearing?
I don't do that.
We
but-
pride them on being honest.
Yeah, they might. Man, but we get it done. We're go-getters.
I'll give you that from what I've seen. But thank you, brother. We have a super chat from 63 Jeep J120. Another one. Thank you for being so generous. Have you been to Mossy Rock? I grew up there, and that is what draws me to your videos. Are you? Yeah, I actually have. On the original channel, that big TD20D B series dozer, the mechanic that rebuilt the transmission for me had a shop in Mossy Rock. So I was there many times delivering parts and gasket kits to him, so I know it very well. That's real timber country up there. And we have a super chat from 03 Y Hungen, who writes, I'm a new believer from Salem. Is that Salem, Oregon, I'm assuming? Just been tuning in for a couple of weeks. My favorite channel to watch. I make music, but I've been enjoying learning new skills. Well, I sure appreciate that. Thank you. Salem is
You make music.
south of Portland.
Maybe shoot us an email.
Are you starting a band?
We may have a place for you. No, we got a guy that makes music. Let's get him in here.
Okay. Well, we could use a theme song.
This is true.
Yeah.
Sure.
Do the middlemen have you made a theme song yet?
Put it on our radio.
Some very, very unofficial ones.
You know, I was a little disappointed. We have amongst you guys 6 musicians and no instruments.
That's true.
This is true.
That's true.
This is a disappointment.
I don't think the guitar would.
Well,
would
most
survive
of us
that
play
trail ride.
guitar, and we all know that if anyone plays a guitar, they'll bring a guitar. So all of us thought
Right.
that someone would bring a guitar.
And no one brought one. Nope.
Oops.
Mine would not have survived that trailer ride. No way. No way.
We have a super chat from our friend, Crazy Cajun,
Oh.
the Georgia Crazy Cajun. Overton schooled me on that.
It's a tough one to get.
Streamer brain. here to represent the boomers. Yeah, so we're going to go ahead and I'm going to make a proclamation. This would be the first time ever I give Gen X status to a boomer.
Oh,
Right
Oh,
there.
wow.
wow.
Right there.
Really?
Yep.
Does he want it?
He doesn't have any choice.
This-
This is my live stream. Thank you, brother. And Daniel Hetzler. Daniel's been a member with us for 2 months. Thank you as always for great content and guidance. Any recommendations for Kydex chest holder like the one you use in your shorts? I don't. The one I use in my shorts is. Can you?
You
Can
mean
you
in
talk-
the fupa?
No. No. Can you talk about that? I'll grab it.
Which kind of holster does he use
He's
in the
talking
shorts?
about guide holsters, like
Oh, okay. Well,
that sort of thing.
Oh,
I can't hear him at all anyway. But I do know that if you're going to carry like Cody's alleged to carry with the fupa, you want something with a flat back. You can get these custom holsters made. A lot of custom holsters makers will do that for you. Flat back and fully formed for the pistol you're carrying in the fupa.
I'm sorry, Daniel. I didn't realize. I thought I had it. I took it out of the quad. The one I have was this was goodness 7, 8 years ago. One of my subscribers was getting into making holsters, and he asked. We made a small run of those, and they were just a one-off. And I've enjoyed it. I like that. What I really found that nice before the fupa was around when I was working in snow and having coats. Because I didn't, and like when you have bears and cougar around, I didn't want to have to fight through a jacket. So I saw a lot of Alaskan guides will carry a holster or revolver on their chest for that reason. I think the philosophy, and correct me if I'm wrong, is if you're being mauled by a grizzly bear, you tend to go into a fetal position, and that's where your hands go naturally for that, I'm assuming. I haven't been mauled by a grizzly, but that's what I've been told.
that's the best.
I always wondered now. Crazy Cajun here made a case for the boomer carry, the shoulder carry with the revolver right here.
Double 1911s.
In the case that you were getting mauled by a grizzly and hurtled down and you could just start blasting through your holster.
I guess it's possible. But
The short's coming soon.
that's kind of a thing in the past. Compared to this is far superior to that. It's going to keep it clean. It's going to be more discreet. Not everyone's down with having open carry like that, and I don't think, especially in this climate, I don't think it's a good idea. So this gives you a much better option, way more secure, way more versatile, and then having the extra pouch where you can put things in it.
Right.
I wouldn't consider that. I would go with something like this.
Plus, you can put a patch on.
And I was
And you can put a patch on it.
I was riding all day, so I know the rules of the live stream here, but I was riding all day and it was perfectly fine. Holding the zippers, just put a finger gap in there, and when it's on you with the X harness, you can rip it open.
Yes, those
Real
those
fascinating.
zippers are the zippers on this SOE stuff. They're slippery.
Yeah.
I don't know the magic. I don't know.
Like what he's talking about right here. Like most zippers, you couldn't do that
Right.
with it, but they're good. I don't
Same with the
know.
Vortex bags. Those rip right open there.
Yeah, you can just grab it anywhere. Just
Yep.
get a fistful of something and you can rip
It's
it.
good.
and
I
open.
would.
Yes.
This really is my go-to, and I know Overton's using one, and I think a lot of dudes are going to this.
Yeah,
Real-
it's
really
by
good.
far the best. I can't find anything anywhere close.
If you're a motorcyclist
SOE.
or a kayaker, and it rides it high too. I mean, you
Yeah.
can go low or you can go high, but kayaker, anything if you're paddling, anything in the water, it's really good for that.
We just like talking about gear. We'll do it forever.
Yeah, we could do an 8-hour
Good.
stream
This is
just
true.
from this box alone.
Easily.
We have a super chat, another super chat from the Crazy Cajun. It says, "We'll grant you junior boomer status."
That's a high honor.
I don't know how I feel about that.
I'll accept that. I am more of a boomer than anyone here.
Yeah, that's true.
But you're the youngest one here, aren't you?
Pretty close.
I'm younger by like 8 months. or
8
so.
months,
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, let me get back to you on that one. I'll have to.
boomer.
There's a lot of water under that bridge, right? But thank you, brother. Hope to see you someday. Maybe you can bring him out with you next time.
Sure, we'll do some black powder stuff. He's a black powder guru.
Well, we have another.
Wow.
We got more packages in here, don't we?
need people like that.
Just a couple more.
This might be the. This is.
my gosh.
Oh goodness!
That's a large
Look at
one.
that. I've got the fizz. You guys might want to step back.
Oh, okay. So this one, we need a name guru here. We need the website pulled up almost.
So this is, oh, look at
That's
goodness.
a large tool bag.
Can I share
believe.
with you guys?
Oh my goodness.
Okay. I'm not gonna be greedy here. Look at this is full of all types of stuff.
Oh, share with us.
Oh my
No.
goodness.
You have to get. You're stuck with these for a little while.
Okay,
You'll
well,
use everything.
man, this I'm gonna say that this one's got so much stuff. I'm gonna save that one for last. Oh, I'm getting excited. So this is a small toolbox. Yeah, these are nice, man. These are really, really nice.
Yeah,
That's a legit bag right there.
dude, that's not playing. The modular system is amazing.
Yeah,
Man,
and this is among my favorite right here.
wow,
There's a lot of detail in this.
dude.
That's a lot of work. So this is a smaller version. Would this be considered a toolbox?
It's a tool
With
bag.
the divider? Just making these, man.
Dude,
And there's
life-changing.
4 of them in there. Yeah, if you're a photographer or managing gear, this would be an ultimate radio bag, wouldn't it?
I'm looking at your video kit here, and I'm seeing a whole lot of ideas
seeing a
brewing
big
over here.
It's deplorable. I got to show you. Look at this. And I just unloaded a bunch of stuff. It was worse. And every time I want to close it, I've ruined microphone cables in there.
Oh yeah.
That's really nice on the black. Is this urban, kind of an urban camo?
I think that's multicam black.
Multi-camo. Well, I didn't realize the side zips
Oh wow. There you go.
for documents.
They all got side zips.
Yes.
Oh, doubles.
Wow. Yep.
And these also have the, flip it inside
Put
out
a
if you
pistol
can.
in that thing.
They should all
It's
have
robust.
a sleeve on the bottom where you can insert a piece of Kydex, plywood.
Ah.
To
I
stiffen
use
it up.
I use a couple layers of cardboard sometimes even depending on the use, but that's how you stiffen up the bottom.
Gotcha.
I've stiffened up like fanny bags to try to give them some structure. But when you're hanging a holster in it, just cut like a, one of those tubs you get like at Home Depot, the plastic.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just cut that plastic out. That usually does it, or Kydex.
Good point.
Noted.
Yeah.
Ah,
I always see those lids laying around, you know? Grab one of those lids laying around your garage. Boom.
When you guys are gone, I'm gonna send the family away. I'm gonna spend the whole weekend laying all my bags out and filling and doing my gear.
We know that's what I did.
Is that what you do?
Yes.
Is there anything better in life?
No.
Yeah, I agree.
Well,
Well,
sorry,
That's
Amanda.
amazing.
that you can do by yourself. Thank you. Boy, that's nice.
Good. I like the different.
That is really nice.
And he loaded you up.
Oh, he
Yeah.
did.
Wow.
There's the Gucci version.
So this is
Same thing.
same thing with the. Well, I like this.
There's some special kind of sparkle in the sun for these pouches on the inside. They get like a gold.
Oh, there it is. I can see it. It's got a sheen on it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, that's the same pattern I have on my covert plate carrier. I think it's the exact same, isn't it? Yeah. That's cool. Thank you, John. Man, that's really nice. We got this one's full of goodies here. Should we just pull them out? You guys have time to keep going here.
Yeah, we don't have to go through all that. These pouches are awesome.
I think that's called.
Oh, how about that loop?
Tool pod.
Tool pod.
Pod.
Oh, cool.
Small tool
You can
pod.
put a set of wrenches in there.
Yeah, that's
and
what I
then-
do.
This would
Yeah.
be
Wow.
perfect for motorcycle toolkit.
Oh,
That's what I
yes.
use.
Right on your
Use
front.
that
Yeah,
same thing.
right there.
Yep.
Goodness.
I have a similar bag. I actually keep all my tools in my airbox. I figured out a way to put them in there.
Oh, yeah.
On
There's
my
some
bike,
Velcro on it. You can add it.
I have the larger version of that bag or that pouch, and I carry that and one of his wrench rolls.
Rick roll, yeah. I love these loop,
Rick rolls.
reinforced loop handles.
Dude.
Every piece.
Those are extremely handy.
Yeah, every piece.
And the rest we got. He makes some shotgun cards. There's a whole bunch of stuff he makes.
I like that.
So you'll have to check out the shotgun cards. They fit right in your M4, aka M4 micro rig that you showed off on a short. Yes.
Oh, the shot. I don't have any of those. I've been meaning to get some of those.
There's the bigger version.
Oh, yeah. Same deal, a little wider.
Yeah, boy, these would be handy for tools. This
Oh,
this
dude.
would be a motorcycle kit right here. To be able to label these, medical, tire,
Yes.
engine tools.
I
Put a
use
red
one
plus
of those.
on it.
I use one of. I think I got the idea from Overton. I don't know if you use them on the SOE bags, but the paint pens work good on that.
Oh, yeah.
Some of that stuff.
So this is a small one,
And the large.
and this is the large one. I love that reed. Even the handle's even doubled over and stitched, so it's not going to fold on you.
And it's double lined when you open that.
It's got less lining too,
It's
isn't
a
it?
lining. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, that's extra effort right there.
Man.
My grandmother was a seamstress, and I know sewing a lining in something that was the difference between the men and the women, right?
Ah,
Or the boys and the girls,
that's right.
or the boys and the men. What's this?
I gotta refer to the website. I'm not
It's
sure.
like a radio holder.
Some universal holsters. Holsters? Yep.
For
Oh,
what?
For the chest.
Oh, just a universal chest holster.
Wow. Nice.
Got experts in the background, I guess.
I don't think I've ever seen one of those before.
No,
I think I've seen
it
it.
is-
I thought
that
I've
that
seen
could be
everything
very
else.
handy. You could use
Well,
that.
he uses some legit Velcro, doesn't he?
It's no joke.
Dude, wow.
And scuba webbing, keep the stiffness.
That's super stiff.
Wow. Dude.
I've got a scuba webbing, a couple belts, and that stuff never gives. Boy, these are nice. We got some woodland
Just
even.
Christmas Day. You're just invited
Yeah.
to Christmas Day.
Come join us.
This
Those
is,
mag pouches? Or radio? Radio pouches, right?
oh, phone.
No way.
Are you serious?
That's the largest phone there is.
That's cool.
Yep. Do you have a
Oh,
phone bigger than
man.
this?
If you just need to be super
snap-
duper
Oh,
tactical.
Snap it
wow.
on.
Boom, right
Oh,
there.
that's awesome.
There you go, right there.
100%.
Heck with that patch here. We'll see.
There's a Velcro and a Molly one.
Look at that.
Wow. That ain't going
Yeah,
anywhere.
to add a phone, especially on the bikes.
Yes.
Right there.
See, I have my new method of recording.
I do that too. Yeah, you recorded a lot of the ride today. You know, he just stuck that in your fupa.
I just stuck that in the front pocket of the fupa.
Yeah.
Centered in there.
Yeah. Yeah, I do the same thing. Well, the stabilizing on the phones has gotten so good now that
Yeah.
you don't really need a GoPro.
That's true.
It's just wrecking with a $1,500 phone is another thing.
Unless you drop it, yep.
True. Yeah. 1,500 easy.
That's nice. Yeah, is that what these are for? His phone?
I don't know.
Whatever you need. You can put a
Whatever you need.
radio.
Phone, radio, mag.
Yeah.
Well, with your 10-round mags up here, that'll work good.
It's a storage solution.
You know, tonight I'm going to lay all this out on the floor, and I'm just going to sit down in the middle of it and just have a ball.
Yeah.
For sure.
Build your own hit.
That's great. Boy, that's very generous. Thank you, John. Thanks, guys, for setting this up.
What's this thick thing on the back of that smaller? Looks like
Goes around the belt.
oh, neat.
What are these? Are these the shotgun?
Yeah. I think so.
Yeah, I've got that. I've got a couple 870s, and I've got that old boomer side saddle deal going on. I want to get rid of that and use these. These could go right off your plate carrier right onto the side, right?
Yeah, certainly.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
There's a nice rip handle on it too.
Yeah, that scuba webbing is the thing. That stuff is legit.
They are cards.
You know how you get something and you're always like trying to critique it.
Yeah.
Like, I can't ever do it with his stuff. So I get it, and I can't find anything.
Oh, you can't find a fault.
I can't find a fault.
Yeah.
Too many
And
options.
he's like thought of everything.
Yeah.
Wow.
When he turns something out, he's actually thought about it.
I thought it was so cool when I did that video on his micro rig yesterday that I was doing a little research on it, and it's in the Tarkov game.
Really.
Wow.
Yeah, it's one of the options.
He's made some stuff for some movies
Hard
Yeah.
job.
as well.
And so these are cards as well. What are these here for? These are bigger ones?
Those are mag holders.
Mag holders. Yeah.
So I carry those inside of my day pack for like extra.
Oh, wow.
For extra.
So you could
extra fun things.
I don't like having stuff flopping around in some of those bags, so you could literally take a Leatherman.
Yep.
Here, you punch those in there and see how that works there. Flashlight.
Oh, those are.
Oh, that's a good idea.
That banding is real tough right now. Oh, perfect. That ain't gonna go anywhere.
Magazine.
Does that count as inserting a magazine?
We'll just imagine.
That's perfect.
But there you go.
Great idea. I hadn't even thought about that. That's a
Yeah, shake that.
That's a
That,
great
that ain't
idea.
going anywhere.
Ain't going nowhere.
Stick that on the front of your fupa.
Boom. Quick access. Love it.
There we go.
Dude.
Dude. And there's a quad.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, minimalistic, not too much stuff.
You know, that would be handy, like if you were carrying like one of his day packs or the fupa, you could just rip that out of whichever bag you were carrying it in and stick it right on the inside of the other bag.
Well, you-
Move your stuff from one thing to another.
Yeah.
Real
Yeah,
easy.
you're kind of seeing where he's thinking. I mean, that's what I've noticed is things work together really well. You pull this out, and now this is going in on something, or yeah, I can't see myself using the hard side cases anymore. This is way better, and I don't like having hard cases in a vehicle either. I ran a ski. I used to be with fire department. I was a medic, and we ran a call of a couple that rolled their car over, and the skis were in the cab.
Oh.
And it was terrible, absolutely terrible.
Golly.
You know, another thing about hard cases, I had a bad experience some years ago. The SKB cases and the Pelican cases, they draw so much attention to them. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I had $35,000 worth of camera gear stolen out of a hotel room because I rolled it in Pelican cases.
Someone cased it.
Somebody cased it. But now, I mean, I carry everything in backpacks and soft bags and stuff now. The police told me, it's like, when they come to do the report, it's like, that's why they watched you walk in with that stuff.
When you see
So,
those cases, do
you
you
know
not
it's important.
automatically assume something's cool inside?
Yep.
Always.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Very expensive.
the case itself is pretty cool.
Yeah, they are.
But
they
you
are
have to
pretty-
know. You have to know. If you know, you know.
If
with
you know,
SOS.
if you know, you know. Yeah, you're not putting your dirty underwear in one of those things.
That's right. That's right.
So this is a multi-size card. So
It's like a-
3 different sizes.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are nice. These are really handy.
What do you think? Maybe an AR mag on that? Maybe? I don't know.
You probably, you definitely could. I'm having fun here, you guys. Leave me alone. I like this stuff. I like it. Yeah. Oh, and the singles.
Singles.
Yeah, singles and doubles. I like these. It gives you a lot of options.
Anywhere on your plate carrier. Boom.
Yep.
Leatherman.
Say you want to put a tourniquet on the front of your fupa while riding on your motorcycle.
We could do that, couldn't we? Does anyone have a tourniquet? We'll just have to imagine.
Right.
Yeah, that card system, that's where it's at. You're pulling the stuff out and then moving it around.
Very modular.
Yeah, there's your tourniquet carrier right there. You know, and that's some serious Velcro.
Dang.
Last one, gentlemen. You suppose John put this in the bag personally for us?
I like to believe so.
Yeah, we'll imagine that there.
I imagine so.
And this is going to take those big mags, isn't it?
Oh, nice. Nice.
Yeah. Yep, very nice. That covers everything, man. I'm done. I don't need any more nylon. Well, don't tell John I said that, though. Just say-
Oh, there's another holster in there. That's cool. Nice.
Yeah, different color option.
Yeah, so that's something that I'd use because you could come out of a fupa and go right into your tool bag. Because sometimes if you don't want to wear that, like if you're gonna have the tool bag all day, why not have it within reach?
It's actually what I'm using in my fupa.
You do.
Yes.
And you just lock in under the trigger guard,
Yep.
and you can adjust this.
Yep.
Just angle it so the gravity just holds it in.
X300U just keeps
Oh,
it
and-
real snug in there.
And if you want to have a light, you don't have to have a custom holster.
Exactly.
Ah, right. Yeah.
Because the way I have it set up, I've got to rotate. If I want to carry an X300, I have to have a different Kydex in there, and then you end up not doing it.
That's right.
I'd rather just have the 300 on there all the time.
That's right.
Wow.
Yeah, that's
Then you
excellent.
got to set the 300 down, and that's gone forever. You got to take
It's
it
gone
off once.
for yeah. Those things walk away, don't they?
This is true.
Wow. What a great.
That is great, man. That was the greatest unboxing that I ever remember.
Wow.
I was like, I have 5 SOE items. It's funny how it's almost you feel like you're starting to collect it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You guys feel the same way?
It's a real thing.
Yes.
Like I have all this gear stuff, but those things I know where they're at. And like I have 5, and hopefully I'll have 6 someday.
It is a common phenomenon.
Yeah.
I just the other day started laying out and seeing how much SOE stuff I had. It was concerning.
Dude.
And you know, if you see this stuff, like John doesn't really open the website up for everything to order. And so if you want some of this stuff, sometimes you have to email him and ask him to make it. Like
Oh, wow.
you can't just go buy it. If you want to get on his text list, you know, you can he sends a text out every day with what they built that day, and it's usually gone.
And he does that on YouTube as well.
He does, yeah, and so he does a little
Yeah.
walkthrough, but he does the text before the YouTube video.
So
a
the
lot of stuff can be
insiders.
sold, yeah. So you have to sign up for his text list, and you get. But if you want something, sometimes you have to email him and ask him to make it.
Interesting. Well, that's very cool.
He's
Well,
a
we
really
got a
good
few
guy.
super chats. Let's jump and grab these guys. We have a super chat from SK. Thank you, SK. Shout out to you. He says, "How do I arrange to meet y'all on your North Carolina visit?" Well, we could put something together.
You can arrange to meet
Do a
us
meet
North Carolina boys.
a meet and greet
Yeah.
over there.
Yeah.
Well, we're supposed to go there for Jack's debate, so we'll just extend the stay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
But
great.
if he wants to get up with some of the North Carolina guys, shoot us a message.
We have a lot more.
Yeah, there's a lot of North Carolina guys.
3.
I don't want any
We're in the
grits,
middle.
but I will have some of those biscuits. you can keep your grits.
I think we can all agree on biscuits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have a super chat from my125212252. Did I get that right? Close enough?
I think so.
Thank you, brother. Shout out to you. He says, hoping y'all have a fantastic time. Iron sharpens iron. I'm a southern man from Arizona, lived hours north of you in Port Orchard, but writing this from China. Miss grits. They don't do grits here either.
Wow.
He gets
Port
it.
Orchard's not too far from here.
He gets
Well,
it.
sure appreciate that. China, he must be an interesting dude. I haven't been to China.
Me neither. I don't plan to go either.
Not a great place.
It's better over. You just come over here.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And we have a super chat from Flatbed Jared. And Flatbed Jared writes, y'all have to do a night vision reflexive test on the material.
All that's accounted for.
That finish on the pouches sounds like it might light up.
Well, the pouches are in the inside of the bag, you loony, and these are tool bags. If
These are-
Oh, sure.
John knows more than you, my friend.
We'll just leave that. So you haven't seen any SEAL Team 6 guys running in with this?
No.
Swinging?
Not
Same
it,
material.
not.
If you can't tell, Overton's the same as he is in chat.
Yeah.
You're all banned if we don't have as many
Banned.
likes as viewers in 3 minutes.
I've ran into this. Sometimes a guy can watch too many internet experts, and you start focusing on these minute details that are irrelevant.
Yeah. That's true.
The guys that are doing that, they know about that, and they're all checked
Right,
out.
but they're not irrelevant to John, and he knows more than you.
Yeah.
Nothing but love, Flatbed Jared.
Yeah, if you start sewing nylon at this quality, then you could come and talk about it the way I see it,
Yeah.
With the pedigree.
with the pedigree.
It's gonna take a while.
It's gonna take a while.
I do like the name though, Flatbed Jared. Pretty cool.
Thank you, Flatbed. No offense, but we have to roast you a little bit.
He's from Ohio.
Yeah.
He's
maybe.
probably from Ohio. Yeah.
Yeah. All the hard workers come from Ohio. Flatbed Jared.
You see, he's got a flat, but he's out there working right now, hauling freight.
That's right. Man.
Yeah, hauling
Dude.
freight.
Yeah.
A repossession
Yeah,
flatbed.
Yeah. Flatbed Jared. That's awesome.
Well, Mrs. W has got supper laid out for us in about 45 minutes. Probably be a good time to shut it down. And
Yeah.
you still owe us a dip in the real cold water.
Deal.
So you want to take care of that right now?
I could, yeah. Not on the live stream.
Going back there and jump
No,
on
no, we don't want to make anybody jealous.
Well, you've already done that with your trailer.
That's right.
I wonder if it'll leave here with a decal on the side.
gotta- We got a camo that thing. Green. Oh, yeah.
You could get the Sweet Loaves figure paints, and you guys can go to town on it.
That'd be actually
That
cool.
would be cool. Come on. That would be cool.
That's the plan.
Make sure you do the 7-color rainbow,
It's
not the 6-color
it's not
one.
Sweet Loaf though. It's us.
Yeah.
The rest of
right.
the middleman in the
Oh,
middle
no,
of
no.
the night.
Only Sweet Loaf. Hey, man. It
Well,
made it here.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Made it here.
Thanks for hanging out with us, and again, for you guys making the trip. I know
Oh,
that
yeah.
sacrifices
Thanks for
were
having us out.
involved, and
The place is just as beautiful as you say it is.
this
Yeah.
would be a great memory
It's
for all of us.
unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a God's country over here.
It's one of the most peaceful places I've ever been.
Oh,
Yeah,
100%.
It's just got a really good feel to
it
it.
has a good. It does have a good feel to
The
it.
air is cleaner too, man. It's
Yeah.
so nice up here.
Stand by it for 3.
And you drank water right out of the source today.
I did.
What do you got, Mr. Overton?
The last item.
Mr. Gary Woboldit
Bolted,
Read
dude.
that either.
is our
Wobolded.
newest member. Shout
Welcome,
out to you.
Gary.
Welcome,
And if I
welcome.
could just make a little plug for the 24/7 chat groups. If
Oh,
you're
yes.
a member If you just join to be a member, you get access to those signal groups. We have 24/7 chats. You'll just meet people from all over the place. Really, really good people. I mean, it's just, if you want to really connect with other members of Wranglerstar, it's just a good place to be.
100%.
And if you guys could set up, I'd be happy to jump in one of those
Yeah.
if you wanted to set them up with the new chats that we
Yeah.
haven't been in before, and
Yeah.
we can do that. Just give me the
But-
time and the
But
place.
Gary, shoot Overton an email and he'll get you added in.
How do if someone's here right now, how do they get in touch with that? How do they get involved?
Well, you become a member and then reach out to Overton.
Okay.
And Overton, what's your email?
theovertonwindex@gmail.com.
Yeah.
Real simple. theovertonwindex@gmail.com. And that
You
is
can also-
definitely a blast. There's people in there. I think last night one of the groups had 760 something messages because we were offline for a few hours.
100%. You wake up and there's 1,200 new messages. So.
You know, we're going to have some time tomorrow afternoon. Maybe we could set something up with the group here if you wanted to do that down here, because we got internet down here. So
Yeah.
I'll leave that up to you guys. You just let
fun.
me know.
Absolutely.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do that. All right. Thank you, beloved. Thanks for hanging out. Please keep all of us in your prayers, especially these men as they travel home to their families, and that we don't have problems tomorrow. We got a big ride we're talking about doing, and I'm looking forward to that.
Oh, great.
So thank you for all the super chats, and thank you for your time. And we'll see you, Lord willing, on Monday.
On Monday.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Peace.
Yeah, we gotta clean up.
Gang signs.